Hey, you're looking good today. This is Frank in the Brazil Times newsroom, and this is what's going on. In today's edition of the Brazil Times printed edition, the city of Brazil is looking at reaping the benefits of becoming a stellar community. 6 years ago, Indiana began a Stellar Communities program for the purpose of encouraging the cities and towns across the state to plan improvements and provide money to make those improvements possible. Mayor Brian Windham is exploring how to win Stellar Communities designation for Brazil. While it isn't a grant program, Stellar Communities opens the doors for a lot of money, said Janet McClellan, the city's planning director. Meanwhile, Clay County's unemployment rate ticked slightly upward from June to July, a trend also seen at the state and national level, according to figures from the state's Department of Workforce Development. The county's non-seasonally adjusted rate of 3.7% in July was up from 3.3% in June. The rate is a full percentage point better than July of 2016, according to DWD data. And also, the Free Summer Concert Series wraps up at Forest Park. The last of the free summer concerts at Forest Park wrapped up the series last Saturday with some rock attitude. Members of the Crow's Bridge, with Rick Jeffrey sitting in on keyboards, performed many older musical favorites not often heard performed by local bands. And we have the second part in that two-part series about the state's education system. And we covered that meeting with the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Dr. Jennifer McCormick, that took place this week at the Republican Club. She had a whole lot to say about education and her views on education and the goals of her department. And we have the second part of that two-part series for you today. She says there must be balance between testing and instruction. She said that we've got to have more time for instruction in our classrooms, less time for testing, because she says otherwise the kids become great test takers, but they don't learn a whole lot. And I think that's a fair assessment of what she had to say at that meeting. And I would also throw in a personal note that that's the same sentiment that I hear quite often from parents, that the kids are not receiving enough instruction, but they're spending all their time being tested and assessed. Also in today's edition of the Brazil Times, we want to congratulate Warren Tire, because they have been lauded by Goodyear for their faithfulness to the company over many, many years. I think it says 55 years here. And let's see, our friend Lynn Hostetler recently spoke to the Rockville Rotary Club, and we have some information about that for you. So congratulations and best wishes to all those people. Also, in today's edition of the Brazil Times is our senior selections for the month of August, and we have a lot of good information in there for you as well. So be sure and pick it up, and you can find it online in just a little while. Glad to see everybody here today. Ken Van Natty, Ken Barclay, and we're just glad that you folks could all join us. I'm Frank in the Brazil Times newsroom. We'll see you later.